Attention! The following video may contain fun, humor, profanity, personal opinions, political incorrectness, and so on. If you are under the age of 18 or are easily offended by something as simple as gendered words, then I suggest you turn this video off and watch something more suited to you. Something like Sesame Street. Don't say I didn't warn you.
How dare you!
G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video I will be putting some parts on my Team Associated DR10 no prep drag car. Since I've bought it, I've put some, I guess you could say, hop-up parts on it. One or two little custom parts that I've made myself, but decided to go a little bit further. So the parts that I've got for it, one is a motor and a few other things. Now I did say in the last video, which was when I fitted the McLaren DRK speed controller to it, that I might put a faster motor in. I've done that. Well, we're going to do that. I've bought a faster motor. And I've bought a few other things for it. So we're going to be doing a bit of a test and tune today. Providing people quit annoying me. So let's have a look at the bench and see what we've got. Alright, so here we have my DR10 as it is in its current stage. So at the moment I'm quite happy with the car, and at the moment when I built it I fitted this Novak 5.5 turn motor. Now the motor is good. It is an old motor. It's a Novak Velocity 5.5 turn. This is, I believe, their first generation brushless motors. But as you know, Novak as a company no longer exists. And I know probably some of you here are new and probably thinking, Novak, never heard of them. Yep, they've been around since the late 70s, early 80s. Well, were around. And until a couple of years ago, they still existed, but no longer anymore. So, with the current price of things, motors were pretty expensive. Like here in Australia, in Australian dollars, the average hot motor is about, well, around 150, between 150 and 170 Australian dollars. I'm not sure what that is in US currency, but it is fairly expensive. I was on a hobby shop though, a little while ago, and came across they had these older reedy Sonic brushless motors on sale, and this one was $65, and I thought, why the hell not? So I have in here a reedy Sonic 4-turn motor. Now I know some of you guys will be going, oh, that's an old motor. Yeah, it's an old motor. It's not the current reedy Sonic series in the series. It's probably one of the the first or second generation one. But 4 turns is still 4 turns, and honestly, I don't think it would make a lick of difference between this and the current Sonic motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully get it to stop rolling, and in the box you also get a sensor cable, some foam, and a little booklet in here, most likely all the do's and don'ts of the motor. So I'll move those out of the way. So we have the motor in. The next thing I have is this fan. It's a tiny little fan. This fan will be for the motor. It's probably going to be pointless right now, as we are heading into winter here in Australia. However, it's good to have that little bit of insurance on the motor to make sure it doesn't overheat. So I'm going to have to make up a mount of some description to mount it to keep the motor cool. So that's what we have there. Next thing I have is an Exotec slipper eliminator. Now, this is for the DR10. Quite frankly, I think you'll find it is compatible with most Team Associated cars, like buggy based cars and that. Possibly not the B6 series, the different sort of setup with that. I'm not too sure. But I know up to like the B5 series, it will work. And I've got a 81 tooth spur for it. It is compatible with Kimbro and Exotec spur gears. And I know I have a few Kimbro spur gears, so we can do a bit of tuning with that. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm not going to bore you with the time lapse. I'm just going to hold the camera here and snap my fingers. And there we have it, guys. All done. So, got the motor installed, have the fan installed. At the moment, it's, I guess you could say it's crudely installed. I've just got a bit of plastic that I bent into an L shape, and it's screwed onto there, and just double-sided tape. It does flop around a little bit, but we're not taking this off any jumps, so I'm not too worried about that. The motor went in pretty easy. Excuse me. Given that Reedy mainly cater to off-road, they give you a really long sensor cable if you're running a two-wheel drive buggy, and so I've had to snake the sensor cable all the way along, and goes down into there, so it's long. Doesn't really matter. I might get later on down the track, I might get a shorter one. So motor's installed around here. The slipper eliminator is installed. Now, when the kit spur gear that comes with the DR10, it is an, give me a second. Doesn't say. Unless I'm going blind. I'm pretty sure that in the kit this is 87 tooth. I have 81 tooth on here. And so what I've also done is this is a 22 tooth pinion. I've put a 20 on, given that the fact that this is a faster motor than the old 5.5 turn Novak that I had in prior to this. So I've geared it down a bit just to cope with the extra power. Now, the slipper eliminator was easy to install. It's just a case of taking the old system off. The blue shaft there just slides on, and you tighten the nut up against it, and that solders on, and then you just put your spur gear on, 3 screws, and that's done. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is we are going to take the, well, what I've got to do first is I've got to hook up my McLaren Speedy to my phone and just adjust some parameters on it, because I had it set up for 5.5 turns. So I'll make another custom profile for this off camera, and through the magic of video editing, we will be at the local test area. Alright guys, I've got the tyre warmers on. This will be in a different video, but GPS unit is charged, battery is charged, everything's all hooked up. So let's see how this thing goes. Hopefully, it's really cold at the moment, so hopefully these tyre warmers do the job. Alright guys, here's the first test. See how we go. I expect this to fail miserably because it is cold, but let's see how we go. As I expected. Alright, I made a bit of adjustment on the ESC. Hopefully we have a bit more success this time. Start. What signal is for? Come on. Okay. Alright. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I might just, it is really cold and it does take a while for this tyre warmer to do its thing, so I will put this down and we'll compare the Burnout. Alright, let's see how we go this time. Wow. Okay, stop, read. Okay, that was 71 km an hour. Now that's about what I did before with the old motor in it, however, different surface, different area, different temperature. So I will give this a break and I'm going to film my other car for a different video and we'll go from there. Well guys, that was not bad effort. The DR10 went pretty well and it definitely got a hell of a lot more power now. Definitely there's a definite notice with the slipper eliminator, if I can get the words out. Definitely notice the sudden acceleration, and that motor's definitely got some grunt to it. It was a bit of a successful test. I had to do the test here because where I've been normally testing, there was a massive what do you call it, sports event on, and the car parking area was absolutely full, so I had to come to this old area. And the problem I found with this area is it's not flat. Some areas there's a bit of a curve like that, others in certain areas it's on a bit of an angle, and yeah, so that kind of didn't help with the direction of where the car was going. But that's how it goes sometimes, guys. The next video, I might do another video shortly after this during the week, and do a bit more testing at the usual location. So if you like this video, guys, give it a like, and until then, enjoy your hobby and cheers.